This deal going to keep Quinn Meinerz in a Broncos uniform through the 2028 season. Really locks up TBD on what happens with Garrett Bolles here, but you're going to have 2 consecutive seasons with, from the left to the right, the same players, knock on wood for injury, on the offensive line. Continuity always good in all sports, and certainly on the offensive line. Stoke, this deal is at $20 million per season. It's going to make him tied as the 3rd highest paid guard in the NFL. We just talked to Mike Kliss about this last week, and we asked him, like, hey, you think this happens before training camp? Kliss wasn't sure if it was going to get done before camp. Said it's going to get done, just don't know the timing of it. Here it is, happening 5 days. The day that the rookies are reporting, 6 days or whatever it is before the vets actually have to show up. Quinn Meinerz, a Bronco for the next 4 years at least.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy that you had to keep. You couldn't let him walk away. It's a guy that you drafted, you developed, and he's turned into one of the best guards in the NFL. So there was no doubt that they were going to do everything in their power to keep him. And I think in this situation, it's just a great move by the Broncos to get out in front of it. It's what you do with your really good players. Yeah. We don't need to evaluate Quinn Meinerz anymore. He's a really good player, and he's going to be a really good player for a while. And if he stays healthy, you know, he's going to continue to be one of the best guards in the league for the next 4 or 5 years. So I think it was a no-brainer. You need that continuity on the offensive line like you're talking about. You want to protect your young quarterback. And so if you waited, you know, all of a sudden now it's like, okay, the price is just going to go up.
That's right.
So you can get him right now at like $20 million a year, right? And you can get a situation to where it's like, He looks at it and says, okay, I don't want to, you know, go through training camp and preseason games and the football season and take a risk here of getting injured, and maybe now the contract doesn't look the same. So you give him a good deal, make him the 3rd highest paid guard in the league. Mm-hmm. Perfect. It's a win-win type of situation here. Good job, Broncos. And really, really happy for Quinn Meinerz. I know, you know, you call him the belly guy, the belly man, mm-hmm. right? And when he came out of the draft that year, you know, he's chopping wood and he's doing those things in the cabin out and wherever, right? And he had that brand, the belly guy, mm-hmm. You know, he had his shirt up and a big old belly, right? But you know, he got away from that, and he was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I want to be known as a football player, mm-hmm. and so he kind of put that way on the back burner. You don't even see that stuff anymore. No. And he went out and became a really good football player. And so kudos to him. Did it the right way and got a huge contract. So that's great. Great story there from Quinn Meinerz. Lower level school and ends up, you know, signing that type of contract. So good job, Broncos, and congrats to Quinn Meinerz.
Big time congrats. Yeah, now he doesn't have to sell any merch, right? He doesn't need any T-shirts to say belly on it on his website that's managed by somebody else. So, that's a great point, too. Come in and what's Deion say? Keep the main thing, right? All you got to do is play football, and everything else will take care of itself. And Quinn Meinerz is a shining example of exactly that. That's always fun to watch. Those videos resurfaced again last night on the internet because of the deal, like him knocking down those trees, just working on his sets and coming up and hitting the tree. It's like, all right, you're pretty badass if that's how you're getting ready for the football season, taking care of the trees out there on your property. I don't think I'd ever want to knock down a tree.
No.
For warm up.
Yeah, no. It's just it was kind of weird, you know, the whole thing. I don't know if he still does that stuff or not. To me, it was like almost a lot for show.
Oh, a little J.J. Watt action?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Just kind of for show there. Yeah. Like, what do we, you know, is this really helping you? But, hey, to each their own, and it worked out for him.
It did.
And I like the way that he transitioned from being a guy that was kind of brand conscious with the belly and the shirts and the, you know, to a guy that, you know, went out there and became a really good football player.
Yeah, it's a good story out of Wisconsin right there. The 98th overall pick back in 2021 is now going to collect $80 million. So congratulations to both the Broncos and Quinn. Help keep Bo upright here coming up this season, and obviously with the run game as well. We talked about priorities yesterday of other guys that are on expiring contracts. The 2024 is their last deal with the Broncos. Are they done here? I mean, we're talking about 6 days before the vets report, like a week. Will they try to get something done with the PS2? How about a Garrett Bolles? Just keep that offensive line continuity going, or do you think they're done until a bye week or end of season next year, March of 2020.
Yeah, I think they're probably done for a little bit, I would think, until you get to, like you said, the bye week or into the season, later in the season, and then you could look to maybe get some things done. And I think you still want to see, how much Garrett Bolles has left in the tank before you try to extend him. You look at Baron Browning, Jonathan Cooper, those guys. I think you're not in a rush to sign those guys right now. Pat Surtain is the one you kind of look at and say, okay, are you going to try to get something done now or wait till next offseason? It looks, I would think that would be a deal that you're going to get done late in the season or next offseason with Pat Surtain. So I'm not really expecting them to do anything here before training camp or even during training camp. I think it's going to be, middle of the season to later part of the season before you see anything done with any of those other guys. What do you think?
I think with Garrett Bolles, Baron Browning, Jonathan Cooper, those are the names you mentioned there. I agree with you on that. Like, you kind of want to see it again. Not that Bolsey has something to prove, but hey, getting a little bit older, are you still going to be able to compete at the level that you've shown us you can compete at? Baron Browning and Jonathan Cooper had some really good years. Now, can you do that again? Continue to build on those. PS2 might be the one where I go, why wait? Why wait on a PS2? The market's just going to get more expensive. You're going to have to pay him more if you wait till March of 2025 when the league year starts all over again. So maybe this is aside from Patrick's camp that wants to wait. Let's see what this looks like here in March of 2025 so that maybe somebody else sets the market, or we can talk about where the cap is going and what it looks like in a few years. But if I were the Broncos, I'd probably be trying to get ahead of Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, I think, with him right now, your cap situation, I don't know where it stands like today, after this deal. You could figure it out if you wanted to try to do it now, but you make a good point there. Surtain's camp might be looking at it and say, hey, we're our value is not going to go down in a year. It's only going to go up.
Yeah.
Salary cap's going to go up. So let's just wait this thing out until next offseason and see what it looks like. So that certainly could be the case. And I think from the Broncos' perspective, it's like, all right, with our cap situation right now and the $50-something million, 52 million that we have tied up in the salary cap from Russell Wilson, let's just wait until next offseason and kind of, if we're going to do something else, we're going to do something else with guys that we know might be leaving.
Yeah.
And that's the guys we're talking about, like Bolles, Cooper, who are on the last year of their deal. So I think right now you probably see a situation where it's a priority list here. And, the guys with expiring contracts this year that you want to keep, you make them more of a priority.
Okay. I had an idea about Garrett Bolles and what that contract would look like. So do you want to do some role playing?
Yeah.
Okay. You be Garrett Bolles and his team.
Okay.
I'm George Payton and the Broncos, right? I call you. I'm like, hey, Garrett, what's going on? Sean, let me make the call, man. How cool is this? I get to be the guy that makes the call. But anyway, I was thinking about maybe a new deal for you. You're going to be 33. You've been a really good Bronco. You certainly changed your career around after the first couple of years. Let's go 3 years, $38 million, $25 million guaranteed. You in?
Oh, I'm looking right now at his contract from last time that he signed it, and he's making – he's making $16 million this year.
Okay.
He signed a 4-year, $68 million deal.
It's a nice number.
So, that's what, $32 million per. And not $32 million per. It's $16 million.
Right around 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little north.
Per year there. So, and you're offering me what?
3 years, $38 million, 25 guaranteed. You're going to be 33, Garrett. We got to protect ourselves a little bit here.
No, I think I'm a pass on that one. I think that's a little bit too low. I think I need like 3 years. 3 years, $45 million is kind of where I'm at, and so you're looking at 15 per year,
okay.
Which is not a terrible number for the team if you're looking at starting left tackle. Now, like you said, getting a little bit older.
Yep.
So, and then you're looking at 28, 30 guaranteed there for Bolles. So I think for Bolles, like it would have to be something like that.
Okay. Well, if I'm George Payton, okay, I appreciate the counter. I have to ask my dad or Sean about this, and I'll get back to you. Okay.
I think the Broncos should do it if that's the case.
That is?
Yeah. Now you don't have to worry about your left tackle. But I think, again, this is a situation that you do during the season. Because, like you said, Bolles, how old is Bolles?
He'll be 30. He's 32 now. He'll be 33.
Okay. So it's, he's not getting any younger.
No.
but he is a guy that's not like overweight type of guy where you're worried about the weight. And he's a pretty athletic left tackle. So
you see him chase down that play and dive about 7 yards away.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
he almost got him. He almost got him. I mean, it was really close. That was a great effort, though. I mean, just great effort.
Sometimes you got to look good on tape, man.
Unnecessary effort right there.
If Bolles were to agree upon a deal like that, Stoke talking about continuity, that would give. I mean, what we're talking about, that would give the Broncos 4 straight years with the same offensive lineman from left to right.
Yeah, without the center.
Oh, without the center. You're right.
Yeah, no
one
cushion.
change of the center, hopefully, if that's the case. So.